You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here today with our friend Jamie Bullins.
Yay!
Woohoo! And he is the Associate Professor of Design at the Johnny Carson School of Theater and Film. And he is also the Interim Artistic Director for the Angels Theater Company, which is what we are here to talk about.
Yep.
The Angels Theater Company are putting on Pivot. That is by Alex Lubischer. And it's October 9th through the 12th. The 16th through the 19th. That is going to be at the Wyuka Stables.
Outside.
Which is pretty cool venue, I must say. Thanks, Jamie, once again, for talking
Always
to
good
us.
to talk to you, sir.
I love talking to you.
And, of course, Jamie is the, now you are directing?
I am, yes. I am directing Pivot. Basically, I'm just trying to stay out of the way. I have a really, really good cast and really good team working on this show, so I'm literally just sort of like, this show, the story and Alex is an amazing storyteller. So
yes.
the story stands on its own. I was just really lucky and cast really good people. And so I'm like, I just sort of sit back. And at the end of the night when I'm like, I should be giving you notes now, but I really don't have any. Just watch.
Hey, that's a good
what
position
a nice
to be in. Well, and the more directors
Yeah.
that I talk to, it sounds like you do your job up front and you cast well.
Yeah, no,
your job is easy for the rest of the show.
I want to write a book on directing that literally fits on a little fortune cookie thing. It says cast well and get out of the way. Or you can do it more colloquial and say, you might have to bleep this out, cast well and don't it up.
There you go.
Let them do their thing.
It's some of the best directing advice I've ever heard.
Yeah,
and I tell you, the more directors I talk to, the more that kind of boils down to what they're saying.
It's I think, this is my first time as an artistic director, and it's just and Tim Scholl picked this season, right? So he picked this season and planned this season before he had to retire. So I already had this season in play, and then I directed a reading of Pivot for the Salon Reading Series last year.
Yes.
And so, there's two parts. First, before you even start the casting process, you have to pick a good script. And Pivot is a really good script.
Yes.
Alex is very talented. I mean,
he's from Nebraska.
He's from Nebraska.
Well. Yes.
And they just did it at Shelterbelt. Great Plains Theater Commons picked it up 2 years ago. And so it's a really good play. So I think if you have a really good story and then you put really good people in it, and then also I have this fantastic team around me of designers and technicians. It's like once you get the right people in the right place, I just don't want to. I just let them do their thing. I mean, and I think I don't. Well, my girlfriend will yell at me and tell me that this is false humility. But I don't really think I have a huge amount of excellent skills. But one of the things I rely on is my ability to surround myself with people who are talented. Because when I work with people and I realize that they're good at what they do, I don't ever stop bugging them. Like my scene designer for the Rocket Man, which is on the other side of that card.
Yes, which is really in March. Want to see this. Yes,
I bugged the crap out of her until she finally said yes, because she's literally the best scene designer in this state. She's amazing, and so I just wouldn't leave her alone. And so
for you,
and so she finally said yes, and so that's how I am. It's like if I find somebody who's really talented, I'm like, okay, I need you to work on this with me because you bring something to the table that is amazing, and it's an amazing story, so I need amazing people to support it. And so we actually have a design meeting tomorrow for the Rocket Man, and I'm super excited about it.
Yes, and Rocket Man by Crystal Skillman. That's coming up in March.
And that's a Rolling World premiere sponsored by
that's one of those Rolling World premieres.
From the National New Play Network. It opened in Indianapolis last month and ran there, and then it's getting ready to open next week in Atlanta at Synchronicity Theater, and then we'll do it in March. So it's nice. It's pretty exciting.
That's great.
I have an incredible cast for that as well. So.
But it takes somebody who can develop those relationships and who do all the different things and work with them well.
True.
And see their talent for who they are and let them do what they do. That's talent right there.
I just write them all checks. Is that what does it?
No, I'm gonna side with your girlfriend on this because I've worked with you before. There's there's some false modesty happening here, but that's okay. That's okay. No, I know, and honestly, and I think you bring up a good point. I think that's an underrated skill for directors and artistic directors, assembling their team.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
like it's like assembling your cast.
Yeah.
You put the right people. If you're the type of person and personality who can attract and keep those type of people. That's your job.
Well, I
mean, that's like 90% of your job.
Well, I consider myself extremely fortunate for that because there are really talented people in this community. So, I mean, I've been here
yes, sir.
This is my 9th year in Lincoln, and I moved here from Atlanta, and I was a bit of a snob when I got here because let me go ahead and tell you, in Atlanta, they have such a wide variety of theater. So, like, there's the top equity regional theater in town, and then there's just a huge different steps of professional theaters in Atlanta. But there are numerous professional theaters around. So, like, the people here that perform in, like, community theater would be doing low-scale professional theater in Atlanta.
Okay.
But there is no really low-scale professional theater in this area, so they're doing community theater. Well, I'm going to say this out loud, and I'm sure that somebody in Atlanta is going to come and yell at me. But the community theater in the Atlanta area is terrible.
Oh, really?
It's just not good because the people who are talented don't do community theater. They do the low
They're doing the professional
gigs. And so community theater in Atlanta is very much for hobbyists. Just for people having a good time,
Okay.
you know. And
Sure.
And a lot of those shows are just not great.
Yeah.
If you're a theater person, like if you're a professional theater person, you don't go see community theater in the Atlanta area because you're just not going to appreciate it.
Fair enough.
And so when I moved here, I was a bit of a snob. I was like, oh, community theater,
Yeah,
boo.
sure, yeah.
And so, but then I went to see shows at the Stage. That was the first place I went to, was the Stage in Hickman, which changed into Nebraska Communities Playhouse.
Communities, yes.
But when Robert was there and the Stage was in that hardware store, I went to see a show there, and I was like, Jesus, this is good.
Yeah.
I was like, this could be on the stage at any of those smaller scale professional theaters in Atlanta. And so I was blown away. And then I continued to be blown away by the quality of the community theater here in this area. And so it's just, it's a different sort of atmosphere and a different community. But that said, those people that are doing community theater mostly in Nebraska and in the Lincoln area, they're just talented, right? And so I love working with them, and they're great. I mean, I think, you know, we're lucky enough that, like, the Rocket Men that we're doing in March, I have 2 professional actors that I'm bringing in from New York, but they're both Nebraska natives, you know, who have gone on to New York and had some success, and they're coming back for that. But, you know, it's, and I've said this, you know, for First Flight, Angels is a little different in several ways. I mean, we focus on new plays, but I also, even though it's not a huge thing, we pay everybody. That's a thing that was sort of handed to me when I became the artistic director.
That's meaningful.
We pay all our people, and then nobody's getting rich off this.
It doesn't matter.
You know,
the fact that it's there is so meaningful to the local actors. It really is.
I mean, I got my crew in place for Pivot, and I was like, oh, I have to get you to sign your contract. And they were like, sign a contract? Is that just to show up? You know, prove that I'll be there? I was like, no, this is your contract because I have to pay you. And so I need your information to pay you. And they were like, what? We're getting paid? And I was like, yes, you're getting paid. And so it's for me, it's just an honorarium to try to. We were just talking about this a minute ago. What people's time is worth, and it is in no way, shape, or form. Am I razzing on the theaters in the area who can't and don't pay people? Because you can't. Right?
If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't.
And I don't think people in this area do theater because they expect to get paid for it. I think they do it because they love it, right? And I think that my performers and my teams that work with Angels, I hope they would say this, that they would do it for free. But I want to pay them if we can, you know.
I went to work for Angels. I had no idea that you paid, and it didn't even cross my mind. And then you're like, "Oh, here, you're getting paid." And I'm like, "Excuse me."
But I think, you know, it's just about budget and money. You know, and I would never say that Angels shows or productions are better than other theaters in this area because we pay.
No, absolutely
It's not true.
No.
I mean, I've directed shows at LCP that I would say would stand up to anything that I've done anywhere else because the performers were fantastic and the support team at LCP and other theaters in this town are brilliant people.
I was so
and
impressed
so
with LCP.
I think it's just sort of a different process. And the other reason is that I can probably pay people is I don't have any overhead. I don't have a building.
See, and that's nice.
And so I don't have to
nice,
pay,
yeah.
power bills.
You don't have bills,
water bills, and all of that. So I think that makes it a little different as well. But our performers come from the community just like everybody else, and so it's just. I think it's a benefit that I was handed, and not an expectation, but a benefit that I was handed that we try to make sure that everybody gets something. Just a little honorarium for their time.
So you'll be directing the next one too.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. I think if I continue in this role as the artistic director of Angels, which I'm interim right now, we don't know how this.
Sure, that's all still up in the air.
Right.
I won't ever direct both shows in the season again. I mean, we're only going to do 2 full productions a year. That's pretty established for us, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Okay.
But the only reason I'm doing it this year is because I was already scheduled to direct Pivot, and Tim had to back out.
And Tim was going to do Rocket Man.
He had to drop out of doing Rocket Man, and I was already producing Rocket Man, so I was the only other person who was sort of in it.
Yeah.
And so, the playwright asked me to do it. And so I was like, well, if Tim can't do it, I guess I'm the more logical choice. But I won't do that in the future.
Right.
No, I don't want to direct both shows. Not only that, first of all, I don't want to have a conniption fit or fall down and hurt myself. But it's also, I want to help build up the pool of directors in the area, right? There are other people in this town who are better directors than I am, and I want to give them opportunities as well. And I probably would have tried to shift over and get a different director for Rocket Man if we hadn't been so far into the process already.
Fair enough.
So,
But Tim was able to be the producer for this one, right?
Absolutely, and Tim created this season. I mean, he basically
he put together the whole season.
He scheduled everything except for our salon reading series, which is our once a month reading that we do at Turbine Flats of new plays.
Yes.
He was not able to do that process because he had to step down like in March or April, and the summertime is when sort of the salon reading series is put together. So that was the only thing that I had to do. So I had to read this big, huge stack of plays, and I'm 1 play away from having the salon reading series already, and our first one this year is in November. And so we'll put an announcement on the Facebook page and on the website of when those shows are all lined up. So that'll happen. That starts in November, and it's every month through May. So I think we skipped January. I can't remember, but anyway.
And then this Sunday is Solo Tales and Ales.
Yes, Solo Tales and Ales, which is monologues written by the playwrights in our playwriting collective and local performers. And so literally it's at the Mill on Innovation Campus at 4 o'clock this Sunday. You just show up. All we ask you to do is drink lots of coffee drinks.
That's right.
Or adult beverages if that's the way you want to go, because the more money we spend at the bar, the more happy the Mill is to have us there. And so we like to support that. So
and
come early.
Mill's good. I've had several things from there. No, that's a good
come
place.
Early, get expensive drinks.
Yes.
And that way they'll keep letting us come there and do this. But it starts at 4. We'll do like 5 or 6 monologues, and we'll take a little break so you can go back and get another coffee drink.
Yes.
And then we'll come back and do another 5 or so monologues. Sweet. And it's exciting. That's just we've had such a good turnout the last couple times for that, so it's very exciting.
Yes.
We hope to keep that going. And we only do that twice in the year, once in October and once in April. And then so we have the Salon Reading Series once a month. It starts in November. Solo Tales and Nails, October and April, and then we have Pivot, which opens next week, and the Rocket Men, which opens in March. So yeah, that's a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is
a lot.
It's a lot to prep for.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it is it's all new, which just is so exciting. It's so exciting. You guys have such a great stable of writers. You have such a great stable of that, and I was so impressed with this. I got to direct a piece for First Flight, and of course I was there for the audition process and watching all of these actors that you guys had. We had a buttload of actors.
Yeah, 38.
Come in for, and I mean, because we had to, you know.
We had 38 roles.
Yeah, 38 roles. And we had a ton of actors, and was really, really impressed by pretty much everybody. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, what a nice selection.
And that's grown. It's so exciting for us.
Unbelievable.
It's like, we have more and more people show up every summer to audition. And there's a lot of competition in the summer around here now. Every single theater in the area does something in the summer. So the fact that we can even find 38 people to perform for First Flight is a huge thing for us.
Everybody did such a great job. I was just impressed all the way around. I was just so happy.
Well, it's also just a blast.
And it was a ton of fun.
It was.
It's such a fun show. And I love seeing new stuff. I'm one of those people that wants to see something I haven't seen.
Well, and I think
I like that.
It's so exciting, too, is in terms of like with Pivot and Rocketman in March. I mean, these are stories that nobody's heard in this area. I mean, Pivot was just performed at Omaha, so there are a few people that saw it there are going to come see it here, and this will be their second time. But for the most part, in terms of like, we're all experiencing this story together for the first time. So it's a huge community event in terms of like, you get to feel and experience this story for the first time with this group of people. And there's an energy there and an excitement there because nobody knows what to expect. And Pivot has some surprises.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are some surprises.
Yes, I heard there are some left turns in there that you don't expect.
Yeah, there are. They're a handful.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, and just
I love shows like
throw
that.
it out there just so you know, don't bring your kids.
Oh.
This is not a family friendly. There's some.
It's a show for adults.
There's some content in here that is not for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So don't bring your kids.
Okay.
Just make it a date night for you and your adult partner.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not like dirty or anything.
Right.
No, but it's
there's
just
some stuff that
yes.
you don't want to have the kids there.
After 9 o'clock TV.
Yeah, I think the F bomb has dropped like 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
I mean, it's
and there's some language.
o'clock.
And there's some language.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So what was it like to be able to go to Shelterbelt and see the show that you're working on?
Yes.
And doing yourself at the same time?
Is that weird?
It's weird, but it's also the first time I've ever had the opportunity to do it. I've never directed a show, a new play, and then seen another production of the play at the same time while we're rehearsing. So that was very interesting and new, and I enjoyed it. And, you know, it was so funny because I went in there thinking, okay, make sure that my brain is not on, ooh, I'm going to steal that mode.
Right.
And I think they did such a good job, and it was interesting to see the story from a completely different viewpoint. Because, you know, we were already cast, already in rehearsal.
Okay.
So I had already staged everything by the time I went to see their production.
Oh,
We'd already blocked everything and had rehearsals. And so I was watching it through this lens of what we've been doing. And it was very interesting to see someone else's interpretation of the same story, especially when it's new. You know, you can go see a production of Oklahoma, and there's only so much, you know, you're going to see because everybody's seen the story so many times. But it's such a new piece, and then being able to see it performed somewhere else. And the other thing, too, is, you know, I fully believe that in terms of the state itself, in terms of Nebraska, every single arts organization in the state should be supporting every other arts organization in this state. So any way that we could go and help out with Shelterbelt, in terms of, like, you know, we did that podcast together.
Absolutely.
And so I kept telling people to go, and I hope that, you know, that was helpful.
Yes.
But I just, you know, we just need to be supportive of each other.
Yes.
And then, you know, I think, and it doesn't hurt to do that. You know, it's not painful to support other people. And so I think that's the good thing. But it was just an exciting opportunity to be able to see that cast do it. And I kind of wish it had been flip-flop so that my cast could see another production of it, because I wouldn't let them go. One of my cast members was like, can we go see it at Shelterbelt? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm going. I was like, but you cannot.
I understand that.
And so
I understand that.
But it's exciting because the cast from Shelterbelt, I don't know if they'll come. I hope they will come see the Lincoln production.
I bet
but
they will.
they'll get to see another interpretation
Yeah.
as well. I know the director is coming from Shelterbelt, and that's exciting. So.
Good.
That's cool. As an actor, I would be with you. I wouldn't want to go see it.
Yeah.
I had a high school, my high school drama teacher, whenever we did a play, if the play was available to watch or the musical, she'd go, here, let's all sit down and watch it. And I would not watch it.
Yeah.
I would leave the room. She would get so mad at me. She's like, how come you're not watching? I go, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do my version.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, when I came back, one of my cast members was like, asked me about it, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say much about it to you guys. I was like, I can say this. And one of my other cast members was like, don't say anything. We don't want to know. We don't want to know anything.
Fair enough.
And I was like, I'm not going to say anything that's going to influence you. So don't worry. I was like, it's all good. Yeah, no, it was very
I understand
weird.
that.
It
Yeah.
was weird,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
That's cool, though.
And I know you made some different musical choices too. We talked about that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think so. I mean, I think I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to music. And
Yes,
so
you
I
are.
did.
And that's
I
a good
love
thing.
that.
And I didn't have a sound designer for this production, so I did it. And so, there's not a lot of sound effects. Most of it is just choosing music that goes in and out of scenes.
Yeah.
I'm a
and
big
so-
fan of music in straight plays.
Well, I want those songs to have impact.
Yes.
And I make very specific choices in terms of like how it leads into the scene.
If this makes
and
sense to you, you are to me like the James Gunn of the theater world, right? The way he puts songs into his projects, and he's very thoughtful with them.
I will take that as a huge compliment.
I intended.
Can I get a T-shirt that says James Gunn of the theater world? Because I would wear that proudly.
I think I've watched Superman like 5
If I was
times
allowed,
in the past
if I was
week.
allowed to get a tattoo, Adrian, if you're listening to this, can I get a tattoo that says I'm the James Gunn of the theater world?
There we go.
There goes my head. It's
I wonder what she'll
exploded.
say.
Well,
She's gonna yell.
I'm a
at me.
big fan of songs and straight plays, and I'm a big fan of how you do it. I think it's neat, and I'm glad that
I'm glad that you noticed, and I'm glad that it's effective because I spend a lot
is-
of
it is
time.
effective. It is
figuring-
effective.
I spend a lot. I spend an inordinate amount of time trying
And-
to
well,
trying
and
to
just-
imagine.
And as a
just
movie
to-
fan, I'm a big soundtrack nerd, so
Yeah.
that's something I always
Yeah.
kind of listen for as well. I want that music. You know
My
what
cast
I mean?
has been my cast is probably very annoyed with me because like I created this huge long Spotify list for Pivot, and I was like, I hope you're listening to this like every day. It's like when you're at work or when you're driving, you should be listening to that Pivot Spotify list. And so
You did for the play that I was in.
Yeah.
We had a big old Spotify. I loved it. I listened to it every day.
yeah.
And so just to catch people up, you do that for all of your shows.
I
You
do.
have a soundtrack. And then also to catch people up in case they didn't hear the other podcast this is written by a Nebraska writer, and it's about a wedding, basically a father-daughter dance, and then things happen after that. But it's a Nebraska.
A wedding is supposed to happen in 3 days, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then dramedy ensues.
Dramedy ensues.
Dramedy in Nebraska.
Dark
Hence,
comedy. Yes.
Pivot.
In the
Hence
fake
Pivot.
in the fake city of Milton, Nebraska.
Okay,
Now,
so a made
made up city, but it takes place. They're farmers, and if you live in Nebraska or you're from Nebraska and you come and see Pivot, you will recognize these people.
Okay.
You will be like, I know people like that.
Okay.
I'm not from Nebraska, but I recognize people that I know in Nebraska from there. And Alex is from a town called Humphrey,
I think it's
Nebraska.
Humphreys, I think, yeah.
And he grew up there, and then he went to Yale and got his MFA in playwriting. And this was actually his thesis play when he was at Yale.
Oh, really?
And now he lives in Chicago, and he's had quite a bit of success in terms of as a playwright. So he's
great.
he's
Good for him.
doing his thing, which
That's
is
awesome.
great.
And he'll be here the 19th.
He'll be here on the 19th. We're going to have a reception and
Yes.
a Q&A with him on the 19th
And
at
that is
Turbine
the last
Flats.
night.
Yes, the last show. It's at 2 o'clock that matinee. So we'll have that 2 o'clock matinee. When the show's over, we'll have a little bit of a break. And then at 5 o'clock that afternoon, we're going to have a Q&A/reception at Turbine Flats Gallery just across town with Alex. So
Okay.
And anybody's invited to that. Just everybody come. It's going to be exciting.
No, that'll be awesome.
Great.
so-
Oh, how fun. He didn't get to come to the Shelterbelt.
I think he did. Yeah, he
Was
came to
he?
Shelterbelt,
Okay.
and his parents have already bought their tickets for our production, so
All
we know they're
right,
coming.
yay!
Oh,
And
good,
so,
good.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
gotten to see it twice now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
He and his family said he warned me. He said a lot of people from Humphrey are going to come see the
yeah.
show,
Yeah.
and I was like, fantastic. I was
Cool.
like, bring them on.
That's
Please.
I was
awesome.
like, yes, and please, the website is angelscompany.org.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to come see Pivot, go buy your tickets today, because I get a ticket report at the end of every day, and if I get one that's like a big number, it makes me smile really big, and I sort of dance around my office. So I'll actually video that and put it online. If somebody's
like
like,
that.
if we sell like more than 50 tickets in one day,
Yeah.
I will expose myself. I mean, not like that. I meant, like in a video form, doing some sort of old man dance, fully clothed in my office, not exposed like that.
Well, hell, that's all you had to say.
I know. Come on, girls.
No, that's not what I meant. Wow.
Oh, fantastic. I'll tell you.
That's awesome.
We love you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll just crawl over here in the corner.
That's okay.
And so this is going to be at the stables at Wyuka,
Yep.
Wyuka Stables.
Yeah, such a neat venue.
Yep.
Such
It's going to
cool
be a different venue. It's where they also do some Shakespeare.
Yeah,
here in town.
Flatwater.
Yeah,
Flatwater performs there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so this is our first show there, so we're pretty excited.
Yeah.
And this is the first time Angels has done a show there.
That's great.
Very
So
cool.
we're excited.
Very cool.
We're excited.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much for
Thank
taking
you again,
time away
Jamie.
from
Thank you,
rehearsal to
guys.
talk to us.
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate
That's
it.
right. They're upstairs putting clothes on people.
Oh,
so
okay.
I need to.
He needs to
you
jet.
go. You go.
Well, no, I'm good.
Oh.
I trust them. They do.
Okay.
Sure, yes, that's the-
My
yes.
costume designer is fabulous too, so she's doing her thing.
Cool.
So.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad this is going well.
Yeah.
I know you've had to pivot this year and do different things that you planned on doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's super exciting, and so I hope everybody can come, and I hope that you enjoy it. It's we certainly have enjoyed making it. So if people who see it can enjoy it half as much as we've enjoyed it,
Then you've enjoyed it twice as much.
And
Yeah.
I was going to say we've done our job, but what you said is also
Sorry, it's one of
acceptable.
my favorite lines
No.
there. If you've enjoyed this show half as much as we've enjoyed doing it for you, then we've enjoyed it twice as much.
And that's true. That is true. So, well, thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
doing this. So,
Thank you.
always good to talk to you.
Always good to be.
All right, Jamie Bullins is the... Jamie Bullins exposing himself once again.
No, stop it.
For the Platte River Bard.
Come on, girls.
No.
But he is the director of Pivot, a play by Alex Lubischer. That's going to be at the Wyuka Stables from October 9th through the 12th and 16th through the 19th. And that is Angels Theater Company.
Yes.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, guys.
Boom.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.